I have a healthy strength
Love that.
to where I don't suffer in silence. I strategize in silence now.
It's just huge. I almost said huge, which is hilarious. You know what I mean?
It's huge, Sinlide.
It's huge, baby.
But
There
no
you
one
go.
knows what's going in the mind of the performer
Right.
as it's going on. Oh my God.
Nerves.
Did I just say that word right? Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Let's keep it
Keep it going,
going.
exactly.
Who am I looking at right now? Good thing I got glasses on because I'm,
Hey,
And-
don't be telling my secrets.
Welcome back to MC Shanty's Know the Artist, where we take a deeper look at the artists helping shape the Southwest Florida scene. Today we are sitting down with Beautiful Quu, the second place winner of round 4 of the MC Shanty's competition. Beautiful Quu has been building a name for herself through music that blends hip-hop, empowerment, and personal growth. Her work goes beyond rhythm and lyrics. It's about confidence, healing, and encouraging people to stand strong in their identity. In this episode, we dive into her upbringing, the experience that shaped her voice, and what drives her creativity both on and off the stage. Beautiful Quu is also known for using her platform to uplift and motivate others, combining music with messages of personal growth and self-belief. And make sure you stay until the end of the video. Beautiful Quu shares a powerful message for up-and-coming artists and anyone thinking about stepping into the scene. This is MC Shanty's Know the Artist. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the MC Shanty's Know the Artist podcast. My name is Sinlide. Today we are here with Queso with Joint Empire Troupe.
Howdy.
Howdy. And our guest today is Beautiful Quu. She had won the second place in last month's competition. And with that comes the interview with our crew. Quu, how are you today?
I am amazing. I'm grateful to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
It's really good to have you. I'm so happy that you were able to compete. If you guys don't know, Beautiful Quu typically does not do competitions. Is that right?
Yes, I
So-
don't do competitions.
So the fact that you came out and did our competition was such a blessing. How did it feel? I mean, have you done competitions in the past? Is there a reason why you don't do competitions anymore?
I've never did a competition in the past.
Okay.
It felt great, actually. The feedback, the environment. I've been there before just as a event goer, just supporter. And then I was like, I got to do it. This is like home team. Like this is in
girl.
Fort Myers in the city. And that was like the biggest performance for 2026 for me. It was like my first big performance. And I said, if I'm going to get in a competition, it's me versus me. So, okay, I want to beat 2025 Quu. So let me go here. And then, like I said, the judges were amazing. They're amazing. They give great feedback, and I've seen it with just like the competition's been on YouTube and stuff. So I was able to see a lot.
Awesome. We've known Beautiful Quu since starting out in February. We've been going out to events and stuff like that. She's kind of a very captivating performer, right? She does a lot of spiritual type talks, and connecting with that kind of an audience is rare to see, especially in our community in Fort Myers. So I give you huge props for that. With the journey that we've had so far, Quu has come with us to Miami and other cities to be able to spread her music, her craft, and just wanted to talk a little bit about your history and stuff. How did you get started in music? Where do you come from? What do you do? Who is Beautiful Quu before she became the superstar that is?
Ideal. I'm a mom first, and I don't even know how to answer this question. It's like a fully loaded question.
Well, let me start simple. Like, where are you born in Florida?
Yes, I'm a Florida girl, Miami, Florida. Moved to Fort Myers when I was in 5th grade. So a lot of people say, "Oh, you're from Fort Myers." Yeah, listen, I get it. I still claim my Miami roots.
Cool. And have you had a love for music all your life? Were you a child making music? I mean, when did you discover your talent?
Yes. It was so funny. One summer in Miami, I was in middle school. We used to rap, and then my mom's boyfriend at the time, ex-boyfriend at the time, he was a rapper too. But so it was like all around me. And I want to say once that summer hit where my cousin RP, Bud, he passed away, and then my brother Keith passed away. They were very talented. I feel like if they was here today, they would be somewhere. And I feel like just doing that, it kind of like made me like, man, I can do this. I love doing it.
I love that.
Like it brought out something in me, and I was like, ooh, okay.
I love that. Quu, like I said, I've known you for about a year. Queso and Parlay, you guys have been in the scene for quite some time, and tell me a little bit about your experience with Quu from what you've seen. And
I've seen Q perform whether it be like Poets Realm or just other parts around the city, and it's always brought you always bring a show, which I've always enjoyed watching you. I've always enjoyed your music as well. So when I saw that you were competing, we were all excited to see that, and for good instance, because look at how well you did. So, but going back to who you were. The music, it sounds like you were always, involved with the music and stuff. When was your, when did you make your first song and your first performance? And who were you then versus who are you now as Beautiful Quu?
That's a great question. I made my first song in 2023. First performed at Poets Realm 2024. And I just been on go since. I was a people pleaser. I'll support you. You don't need to support me. It's okay. I was I don't think I can do it. Why would I? Why would it, how can it be me? I was not a big stepper how I am now. Faith was none to existent. And the strength. I've always had strength, but now I have a healthy strength to where I don't suffer in silence. I strategize in silence now.
It's just huge. I almost said huge, which is hilarious. You know what I mean?
It's huge, Sinlide.
It's huge, baby. What I will say is, I know that
I like that word,
on top of
sorry.
the music, you're doing so much more. You're doing your podcasts. You're doing your women empowerment movement thing. Tell me a little bit more about that. I'd love for everybody to kind of hear it from your own words as to what other avenues you're taking as far as like the community and what your mission is.
When I first started, I thought it was women empowerment that I wanted to do because I'm a mom. I can only speak for the women. But then as this journey started going and I started meeting different people from all different walks of life, different men, women, kids, all types, I wanted to empower the people because we all are going through the same thing, just at different times. So I was like, I want to empower the people. That's basically, so I say, you know what, I'm only one person because I was that go-to person in the family where they call you, they want advice, and it's like by the time you get off the phone, you're drained.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't pour so much in their cup and they don't left you on empty. So I was like, you know what, if I'm giving all this good advice to my family and they're not even being appreciative, and I'll talk to like different people and give them similar advice, and they'll be so grateful, they'll utilize the advice. And I was like, okay, so obviously my family don't really need me. My other people need me. So I started making journals. I started writing books, the podcast.
Tell me about the book that you had recently talked to Shanty a little bit about it. You said you got something on Amazon out.
Yeah, I had no idea that you have a book and stuff.
Yeah.
So coming from someone that didn't know that,
talk to us,
let
sister.
us
What
know.
you got going on?
That's awesome.
I have so many books, guys. So I have journals too. My favorite journal, I got to shout this one out, is called the I'm Not Homeless, I'm Grounding Journal. Because that journal was made because I'm always in the parks with my shoes off and stuff. So people would come and ask me like, do you need food? Because I'll be sitting there meditating in the grass with like this. And they're like, are you okay? And stuff like, I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. So I was like, let me just make this journal. Because there's so many people that probably ground. And people think it's like, bro, no, it's a problem that you're not enjoying this nature. Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah. It's not the fact that I am enjoying it. So with the books, I have, I've also wrote books. I have it's not a biography, it's like a blueprint. I didn't want to write, I have a life story book about everything I've been through and what I was able to overcome. And I didn't want to make it one of those sad books where I bring people in and got to bring them in there with me. And it's like, I didn't even want to be there. I'm not going to bring them there. So I wrote a book basically saying like, what I've been through, how I was able to heal and move forward, and the perception that I gained off of it. Like there's one chapter, it's called the Resilient Reflections book. There's one chapter I talk about grief where I lost my brother. And I said at that point, it hurted at first and all that good stuff, but then I was able to like move forward. I'm still healing. But I was able to move forward because it's like, okay, he's not suffering. Like look at the reality of when he was here, he was suffering. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, he can actually protect me better now. So when I talk about ancestors, my angels, it's the people that passed away that's not here with me now.
Love that.
So that with that book, and then I have the parent wound book. I talk about I basically talk about. I'm just sharing my experiences and just in hopes to help people. So I have the parent wound book because there's a lot of us that chase out the parent love, and sometimes we never get it. So it shows you how to create your own closure and just look at them as humans, because some of them didn't have what you're looking for them to give you. So it's like that book, and then.
And these are all out. And you, like, as the public, we can receive these. Like, I can get links from you and put them in the description, so that way anybody who's looking to find Beautiful Quu and a little bit more about her can see that.
And these are all like amazing, interesting topics that because
Thank
every
you.
single book that you've mentioned and stuff, I was like, oh, I can relate to this because X, Y, Z. I can relate to this because and I definitely would, I would need those links.
Crazy.
I want to look at those books and stuff. If you have any too that you want to just post up here in the studio as well, just for
Thank you.
folks that want to just might want to pick up a book and while they're hanging out here,
Yeah,
so
I mean, I'm only getting more and more interested. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate y'all.
dang, something else. I mean, you got the not the podcast. I'm sorry, the playlist for
Yeah.
local artists and stuff like that, right?
Yes, and it's not just local.
Okay.
It's not just local. It's all up and coming artists.
nice.
It's all. It's because I've like you said, we've been in Miami,
Yeah,
Orlando.
yeah.
So it's like we met some dope artists,
Right.
and I don't want to exclude them and say, hey, you're not from Fort Myers, so you can't. But it's like they still doing good.
Yep,
It's
yeah,
just
totally.
like with you guys, the MC Shanties. You guys are getting artists from like out of state and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a brand new
Yeah.
development. I mean, we had no idea that was even coming. I mean, last month I told Shan, I was like, who are these artists again? Because I think I only know 2 of them, and she's like, yeah, such and such is from Nebraska, such and such is from out of town here and there, and that's only
awesome,
proof that we're
guys.
doing something cool, right? I mean,
That's awesome.
but yeah, I mean, your reach is obviously beyond just Fort Myers and stuff like that, and the fact that you're willing to put on up and coming artists is amazing. What got you beyond just being an artist? I've been in the scene long enough to know that in the beginning, before the whole MC Shanty started with my partner, I was very much afraid that if I do anything outside of being an artist, I would be labeled as, oh, this is just a host who sometimes makes music, and I was worried about that. So how did you overcome that type of thing, when you started taking on these new ventures? Is it so I mean, is it to kind of get further your music career, or is it become beyond that?
I'm a big believer in when you serve the people, God serves you. I'm here to serve the people. Like, that's why God put me here. I'm also here to serve myself. I want to make music. I feel like me putting somebody or telling somebody about another artist is not going to hinder me. It's like if the person liked the artist, you can't stop that.
Yeah.
Like you can't, the people make the choice at the end of the day. So if I can use any type of platform I got to either help them as far as navigating through, like I do the pop-up webinars to where I teach the artists how to do direct to consumer, because it's rough out here. I've came across shady managers, shady, people trying to sign you. I've came across all of that. So it's like, okay, let me just help them, because I would hate to see a creative, because that's God's given gift.
So that's what the pop-up webinars are about.
Yes.
Typically is about artist development and things like that, to kind of further their career and not get stepped on by the industry, quote unquote.
For free.
That's dope. That's dope.
You can go
heard
on
that?
YouTube. You can get all this stuff anywhere. It's just I'm just putting it in one place where y'all can just come find it.
Love that.
That's awesome. So with that, I know that you were saying before it was about the women empowerment, and now it's become the people empowerment. And my question first was going to be, with your performances and what you're doing and how you're leading, because you are a leader in the scene, the music realm, more than an artist, like you just said, more than an artist. I was going to say about what do you want, the younger generation of women, but more now, what do you want the younger generation of people to take out of your performances? Like, say your performance at MC Shanty's. What was because I felt the message, but some people you need to be more direct with them. So what was your message at MC Shanty's for the younger people that might want to, because there's another awesome thing at MC Shanty's is that there's kids there, there's families there, and that's inspiring, the next whole wave, the next future, they're going to be the ones that are going to be up there next.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so let us know what was your goal with your performance.
First of all, I want to say shout out to BAM Kids. BAM children. I don't know their names. He has 3 beautiful children, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I've first seen them at Cars on First downtown, and then I seen them at MC Shanty. They always show love, so respectful.
Yes.
And they just they just show me that I can get to the youth. The fact that they are vibing to one. So when you say like some adults who don't get it, it's like the children are getting it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, okay. But my thing is I want the youth to know, because I'm 35. I'm also a mom. So it's like my thing is I want them to know that they can do and be whatever they want to be. Like I tell my kids, you're young. If I knew what I knew now back then, I would be way further. But I know I'm at the right place at the right time. So it's like the youth, my message for them is like I want to show them, look at me. I'm going to say 3 years ago, nobody would expect that I'll be where I'm at right now. I didn't even expect that I'll be like Beautiful Quu performing, like what? Like, but I just focused, learned about it, and said, this is what I want to do. This is where my heart is. And now look what I'm doing. So it's like I just want to show them, just don't let nobody or nothing come and make you feel like you're not supposed to be doing, because if you see it, you're supposed to do it. It's supposed to happen.
And like what you just triggered in my head was it's about perspective. The youth 3 years ago. So say everyone has those days now where it's like, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I need to do more. I need to do this. I need to do that. The youth 3 years ago, you'd be like, oh man, I got to get ready for this interview. You know, I 1 o'clock today on Monday, and I have all this other stuff. And 3 years ago, you'd be like, you're getting interviewed? You did a competition? We got music. We got what? Wait, there's kids dancing to my stuff. There's, so the perspective of an artist, it's hard because we are very critical of ourselves, and we feel because we're artists, and obviously you are because of all, how much impact that you're putting out into the world with your books, with your music, your performances, with being a mother. It takes a lot for a person to recognize that and not to drown in themselves, the ego is a big thing.
He sees me.
I see it, that the ego is a big thing, and when you can shed it and use it right and utilize your group and your people and your family and the people that care about you, it becomes a beautiful thing. A beautiful Quu. So I know we're getting, like it's all great, it's all wonderful. This is still a competition,
Yeah.
So getting back to the competition, I know.
Let's get to the nitty gritty.
I know. I know. With second place came, with the interview and the package into, the final and stuff. But what do you feel? What does Beautiful Quu feel like separated you from the first place?
Ooh, asking the real questions.
My energy.
So I buttered it up,
Yeah, you did. You did. I want to say the energy. I want to say I'm very animated, and I suppressed that before, and now I'm just like, this is who I am. Like I can't hide it. My kids are animated too. So I just like, you know what? If I'm gonna be and like I said, I do a lot of studying too. Michael Jackson. Nice. I watch a bunch of Drake shows. I'm not really a supporter, but I watch Drake his concerts.
Study the greats.
Because it's like he don't dance, but he sells out.
Yeah.
And can hold attention. So it's like just me doing all my research and everything, like, and just incorporating it into myself to where I am myself. I feel like just my energy animated, and then watching other artists, and it's like, okay, like I have to be different. You gotta be memorable. Like you gotta have people like want to say, what? Like I don't even care about the music. I just like the way, like, like people just find things to, to just like, oh yeah, I like this person. So it's like my energy, how I connected with a lot of the stuff honestly was new, like me connecting with the crowd. Okay. That was new to me. And I was like, ugh. But just connecting with the crowd, everybody did connect with the crowd, but it's just like me going up there with the kids, because I'm like, the kids are really shy, but hey, listen, come on, y'all got to be big steppers with me. I need y'all to big step with me. Come and help your girl out. Yeah. So they came through. I think just my energy and just me sharing it with people, because I learned it's like, you can't be stingy with all this energy. You got to share it. So the fact that I shared it with everybody, I think that's what made me different.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That
was a long-winded question.
No, it was
that's
a great.
why I got a
That's good.
podcast.
That was a great answer.
I think it's
Thank you.
great, really, that, like, you know, if we look back to, like, our 15-year-old selves, like, our 15-year-old selves would all be thinking we're living the dream. We're living our fucking dream, dude, and it feels good. You know what I mean? And something that I can Queso, when you and I were talking a couple weeks back and you were showing me the comic book collection in your archives.
Oh yeah.
Dude, okay, what I will tell you is, like, a point that I made was the fact that, like, you know, when I try to draw something, I'm trying to perfect it. I'm trying to draw an eyeball as realistic as possible. And I noticed that you guys really, you know, you draw for fun. My point to that being is, like, Q, when you perform, I see you performing, and it's you're having a fucking great time. You know what I mean? And that's a big reception for the crowd, I feel like. You know what I mean? I can tell you're having fun. I want to vibe with you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I say you utilize that even more going into the finale of the competition, is now that you know people are receptive of that. You knew it before, but now you just needed that confirmation.
Yes.
Now you have the confirmation. Now you can just be, you know, because you're like, I'm gonna get reciprocated. You're there, that fear now. You've gotten that, like, you know, that confidence boost of that performance because it was a great performance.
Yep,
but
there
no
you
one
go.
knows what's going in the mind of the performer as it's going on. Oh my
Nerves.
God, did I just say that word right? Doesn't matter. Let's keep it going.
exactly.
Who am I looking at right now? Good thing I got glasses on, because I'm, you know.
Hey,
and-
don't be telling my secrets.
That's just
Listen,
hey, I have these glasses. I could just like go like that and be like,
glare at him.
what's Queso looking at?
Yeah, right.
No, but it's awesome to dive deeper into that, into the realm of the artist, and that's what these interviews are for, is to learn what you did up there and to utilize what you did right, and to that there's nothing I'd say that you did wrong, but just what more can I, you know, put into it for the finale, because that was such a great performance. Now that finale's coming, you gotta elevate, you know.
Yeah.
And which I'm not worried about, because that's just, you're naturally, you know, I know now with that, now diving more deeper into who you are and stuff, I'm like, okay, you're going to utilize this perfectly, you're going to kill it. So
I appreciate that.
And tapping into the competition a little bit, right? Now that we're at the finale, I do want to stress the importance of the fact that you have landed a spot in a concert, in a community concert event, right? You made it to the finale. This is where you throw that show. This is where we do urge and encourage artists and you know, and anybody who's performed in the past to tap in with the community. You know, we got dancers, photographers, videographers, you know what I mean? Anything to make your show stand out is what you want to do, because this isn't just another open mic, you know what I mean? This isn't just a performance to show what you got, you know what I mean? This is, people came to see a show, you know what I mean? And the fact that more and more people are showing out, shout out to the community.
Bro, why
and
is
to
he
the
talking about this?
audience
No
members
pressure.
and stuff like
No
that.
pressure.
No pressure. What do you mean? This is what we're here for, sister. Come on. You know what I mean? I remember talking to Negra in the first interview that we did, and talking to Busy. With Negra's performance and Busy dancing, if they were, you know, to collab for that finale, holy smokes, man, that'd be dope.
You need to stop telling people plans.
Hey, listen, it's
How
all I
you
can
know
do
they
is
wasn't
come up
gonna
with
do that?
ideas.
Right.
All I can do is come up with ideas. It's up to y'all to really to take charge of that and move forward with it. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna ask what you have planned, because I'm really stoked to see what you're gonna do. But what steps have you taken to elevate your game for the finale? Yeah.
Cardio,
Okay.
breath work.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a great answer.
I've been working to get back serious with my cardio, because I do want to be a butterfly this performance, to where I can just move around wherever, and I realize you can move around wherever. So it's like, just float like a butterfly and sting them like a bee.
Like a bee.
that's great.
Yeah.
After that performance, that experience, has anything changed? In, like, have you made anything new since then? Actually,
You all up in my business.
What you
we're
think this was?
interviewing, man.
Yeah, I told you. I asked her beforehand. I was like, "Do you want to be interrogated? You ready?" So
It could be a yes or a no. I don't have to, you know, we don't have to dive deeper. It could be that it's in the process, or
Yes, it
Okay.
is. It is in a, it is it was a thought process.
Okay.
It hasn't been brought into fruition yet, but it is in the thought process because, like y'all said, with it's 17 artists.
Yeah, roughly.
It's a lot, and it's a lot of talent, a lot of different types of talent. Like I know it's gonna be some live bands there. I need to like compete with that. I know it's gonna be some. So I've been thinking of ways to where I can come and just blow y'all away. I'm sorry, Treasure Chest. I'm gonna blow y'all roof off. I'm blowing the roof off.
Yeah. Man, you got big fans at the Treasure Chest too. I mean, we like I said, we've talked to the owners and the venue themselves, and you're getting some buzz, sister. You know what I mean? So this is good. This is good stuff. If it was only up to the audience, you might have it. But with the judges and stuff like that, is the criticism, did it make you feel any type of way?
You know what? No.
You could be real with me too.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
No, listen. Everybody gave me, like, I don't think I got like anything that was like, what? It was all like constructive in what I needed. Like everybody, they confirmed a lot of the things that I brought to the show that I was like, I need to work on this. Everything that I worked on, they confirmed it. Like they were like, oh, your breath work. Oh yeah, I really worked. I did cardio. I was running.
Yeah.
Like in the mirror, making sure I don't run out of breath saying this word. So it's like everything as far as like the energy. Yes, I worked on that, being able to move back and forth. Like them say, how can you do that? I don't even know how I do it. I just know when I walk on stage and the beat drop, it's just a whole different person.
Yeah. And
so I don't even know.
It's huge. I mean, I agree with you. I think that something I've noticed from the past several rounds is the fact that, and I think Queso, you could probably confirm this too. Chazka and Forte, for example, shout out to them boys. Their performance was killer, and they got the first place because, in my opinion, right, being one of the judges was primarily due to the fact that I saw them practice every single week. Every single week, you know what I mean? And that's something that you're hitting on too, is the fact that the practice is there. The people that practiced are ultimately the ones that got the marks because they were really on top of their shit, right?
I mean also going back to like Teso,
Yep.
that we see the growth, and we see that you all actually, give a hoot about it, and put it into yourselves, and that whatever we say is never meant as ultimately, first of all, I never want it to be ever taken as a disrespectful thing. I always try to, because the pure fact that you are up there and putting yourself out there versus how many people aren't doing that, how many people aren't doing that? No, for real. Like, and it might be a bias I have as a creative, but you know what? That's okay. Cause like, I understand what it takes to be up there, and what it takes if someone, you don't want someone just being like, that was ass, bro. That, and there's people out there and that'll do that, and
Simon
it doesn't.
Cowell.
And it doesn't.
We asked for a Simon Cowell, didn't we? We were like, we need a Simon Cowell, because ultimately, what's funny is the fact that I was so concerned. I was like, damn, I really don't want this to be a joke. I want this to be taken seriously.
And
You
the
want that
judges
yes
took it
man
seriously.
competition.
The artists took it seriously.
And I would never be a yes man or a yes judge, because like there, when I would tell people if what I think might elevate it, but also take everything with a grain of salt. Yourself, your energy, and what works for you. So use what the judges are telling you, and I'm just glad that no one has everyone's taking it as we're actually presenting it, and I guess that's because of how our energy is presented, and because of how the hosts have presented it, and because of what you all are trying to get out of the competition as well,
which is
Right.
growth ultimately, right?
and like you were saying, I'm competing against Beautiful Quu. I'm not competing against anyone else. I'm competing against myself, which I could probably say Chaz and Forte felt that way. We got to be better than our last one. Tay said we got better than the last one,
Right.
and everyone for the finale. So it's awesome what this competition has brought out of the city.
Yes.
And where sometimes a competition might bring out the worst in people. This has brought out the best. I see a community. I see families, and it's awesome what y'all have done, and that you've chosen to be a part of it, and that you've allowed us to be a part of this.
Of course, man.
So yeah.
And Shanty really does stress the fact that it is a networking event every chance that she gets, talking about, talk to everybody, talk to the photographers, talk to everybody. Have you made any new connections since coming to Shanty's to work on any music, whether that has fallen through or is in the works or anything like that?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many features that I'm supposed to do.
Fair.
But like I told them, I want to be able to give them me wholeheartedly. And right now, I can't give nobody else me until I get myself
Solid.
grounded. So I have a bunch of features. So it's so many people. I ain't forget about y'all. It's so many people I owe features to, and I was able to connect with, and not only the creatives, the vendors too.
Yeah.
Like I connected with vendors. The first time I came, I wasn't even performing. I was just there supporting, and I connected with vendors, and I was able to like take pictures and just shout them out online. It just like showing love, because it's like, hey, I see you.
Yeah,
It takes
that's beautiful.
like you said, it takes a lot to do anything,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that you're doing it, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody like that. So yeah, I've met a lot of great people. It's crazy because this crystal right here, this amethyst, is from one of the vendors there, and I still got it.
Love that.
Yeah. So and of course the treasure chest staff. They've been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Treasure Chest, posted your girl, yee.
Yarg.
Yee. So I mean, yes, with, and then just meeting back up with people too, like that I haven't seen in a minute. Like Chad, I haven't seen Chad since Poets.
Love that.
And then going to there, and I'm like, oh, okay, Chad, I see you. So I linked up with him. So it's a lot of people that I'm able to link back up with, and just being in that community that y'all building. It's dope.
Chad put in a lot of work into making sure that the event was live streaming, and we will make sure that the event is live streamed for the finale as well. If you guys don't know, if you guys didn't catch the little blurb that we did, Chad will be offering a music video for the first place competition winner. All right, so
That's sick.
That's
sick.
huge, right?
Yeah.
So I'm stoked. The prizes are huge. I'm jealous. I'm real jealous, you know what I mean? So you guys have a lot to look forward to.
Who knows? Y'all might
Chad,
get-
bring the drone out.
Right?
Tudo in the coop on the way.
Dude, I'm telling you, Treasure Chest was so stoked. They're like, "Oh my god, did you see that drone video?"
Yes,
I was like,
bro. That's love,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
there.
dude.
That's
Love for the
how
game.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Chad's just
seriously.
doing it for the game.
Yeah.
That's
Always.
fun. That's fun. You know, like that, ultimately, that's what this is. This is fun. This
It's
is
fun, dude.
This is us having a good time and doing it to, it's fulfilling, and it's just, I'm happy to be in these moments that
Yeah.
everyone gets to experience that.
We're really building like genuine connections. I was talking to Shan not too long ago about like different artists. Like you look at referencing movies and stuff like that. You look like Adam Sandler and his crew, right? They all probably started somewhere. They were all friends. They were probably like, let's do this shit together,
And then
right?
just-
You look like ASAP Rocky and his crew. They're
K-Dot.
let's just do this shit together. You know what I mean? Probably if you look back into the older videos and see them on smaller stages like ours, like Poets Realm, like Treasure Chest, whatever. You know what I mean? It all starts somewhere, and I've always wondered as to how do you connect with these kinds of people, and I'm starting to see that maybe you don't. Maybe you just go out
happens.
and start, networking, showing what you have, and connecting, making friends. It's more than an Instagram DM, you know what I mean? And I'm so happy to know you guys,
Same.
Every once in a while, I feel like everybody gets to a situation where they're like, "Ooh, I see this person. I like their energy. I really want to be their friend." You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I love that. And this community really has sparked something in all of us to come out and live the life of the party and find ways to make it work so that way it spreads and grows. And I've said this in pretty much every single video so far, is the fact that I don't want another 9 to 5. I want
Right.
to do
Yeah.
this. I want to be able to push the city, push our people. I don't
Serve
want
the
to
people.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to have to go to California, LA to make something happen. Let's build it here.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Come to
build
the
it, they will
jungle.
come, and they have been coming
Yeah.
on the small stage that we've built. You know what I mean? And it's
I'm a
awesome.
big believer
So
in that. You build and they will come.
yeah, that's my 2
That's
cents
that's
right there.
that's the beauty of music. And I'll have one more question. Then I got one more written down.
Yeah.
Before I would get parlay up in here.
Ow, ow.
But going into the music and the songs that you did pick, let's pick one song. What's your favorite song out of the ones that you performed? Which one do you feel the strongest? And I have it written down here.
Well, I got my favorite one. I'm guessing here, but I gotta.
It's like a mix.
Or okay, more so, if you had to show someone one of your songs and that was the one song that like that they were going to listen to, which one of those songs would that be, and why would it be that song?
I would say Big Stepper.
Big Stepper.
Really?
Yeah, I would
That
say
one was fun.
Yeah, it
it
is.
was, I would say Big Stepper. I was gonna say Living Life, but I feel like you have to.
I didn't guess either one of them. Damn.
You thought it was Meditate?
I did. I did.
That's one of my favorite ones too. But I say Big Step because I feel like with living life, you got to get to a certain point. Like you got to stand on big business. Like living life is kind of like relax. Like I'm here. Who living life in this world just to stress? Take it to the chin. Just make sure you learn your lesson. I'm Tudo in the coop on the way to these blessings. Just forgive and love. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just move. You're okay. But with Big Stepper, it's like a statement. Like, you know what? I'm done being a people pleaser. I'm done people trying me. I'm done. And it's like Big Stepper in this bitch stepping out on faith. I'm cutting snakes up off my grass. Ain't nobody safe. For the people that don't like to be alone. So it's like it's okay to cut them off. If they're not supposed to be there, you're gonna get bit. So cut them off. So it's like you by yourself, cut them off, cut them snakes up out my grass. Ain't nobody safe. It's your girl Big Q. You know what it do. I'm standing on big business. That's just what I do. Cause nobody expected me to stand up for myself. I was a pushover.
And now look at you. I mean,
Standing
Big
on
Stepper
business.
now.
big stepper.
That's why when they said, you know what's crazy? I had somebody tell me it's not all about cutting people off. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm at a point in my life to where I've been screwed over so much to where I'm so careful. And there's people I cut off. They're good people. They didn't do nothing bad to me. But I'm at a point in my life to where I want people around me who are just as tapped in just as me. Like they're careful. Like they are. Like I don't want to have to come in and tell you about a situation. Like I gotta tell you, and it's like it's right there. You don't see what they're doing. Like discernment. I need people with discernment around me, because it's like some situations you can't fix with just having a conversation. So it's like I need people that are tapped. So I'm okay with cutting people off and still communicating with them, but I need solid people. I need people like me. I want people like solid people that's tapped in, that's like can say, oh no, Q wouldn't do this. If Q was in this position, it's like a mirror.
Yeah.
I want
A role
mirror.
model.
I want, you know, like some people not on your level, and that's okay.
And some people might get the wrong idea. They might call it selfish, but no, it's really just protection.
It's protection.
And those people that see it as selfish, those are the ones that want.
They don't understand.
They won't either don't understand, or unfortunately, they're the ones that are going to step on you or bite you, or, And it's not about, like
by
you said,
mistake, and it's like
and it's not that they mean to, or it's just the way the natural progression goes, how their vibration and energy matches yours. Some of them will flow, and some of them will repel, and you got to learn, like you said, discernment and who it is and who it doesn't, and you know it as soon as that first interaction. You'd be like, oh, I fuck with them, or you'd be like, nothing, we didn't click, nothing against them. It's just, that felt forced. And that just comes with the power of discernment and the power of understanding where you're sitting in your energy levels and everything.
Vibes don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. Vibes don't lie.
But they don't. But I say with that, I'm super stoked to see what your performance is in the final. The performance you put on that got you the second place win was awesome. It was truly awesome to see. Thank you so much for coming through to the jungle and hanging out with us. If you need anything from us, just let us know. We are your people. We are the animals in the jungle that are ready to come out and just be wild. So.
Hey,
Takes a village or a jungle in this case.
I'm all for it. I appreciate y'all for having me. And that another thing to add on to that question, you said who did I was able to meet. I was able to actually meet K, so parlay them. And I'm now look at me. I'm here at the Joint Empire, so studio and all the good stuff, the vibe and all that stuff. This probably like an ad. It's very grounding in here, y'all. It is like you see and I'm a tourist, big tourist gang. We all about grounding and feng shui. This has a feng shui in here. So yeah, it's a dope place. Make sure y'all come through.
And we're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back with Parlay to ask some questions of Beautiful Quu. And we'll see you in a little second.
Parlay, what you got up your sleeve?
We are back with MC Shanty's Beautiful Quu. How you doing? And Parlay, welcome to the crew.
What's good?
So we asked a few questions earlier between myself and Sinlight, and Parlay is also part of the Joint Empire troupe. He's my music partner and co-owner and the whole studio. Whatever gigs we do, you can catch us both there. We are the Joint Empire troupe.
Let's go.
So Parlay, you got some questions for Q?
I do. I want to get into your process and stuff, because we talked about kind of like who you are as a person and what you do and stuff. Like I want to get down to like you as the artist and how you write and your inspirations and stuff. So do you listen to music like all the time?
Yes.
All right. Who's your top 3 that you take influence from?
Man, I am a music head.
Love it.
I listen to so many. Okay, can I just do genres?
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
Of course, hip hop, but
Yeah,
conscious hip hop.
Okay.
J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Keem is really good. A couple other artists too that I can't get off my head. Of course, Lauryn Hill, my girl.
Oh, yo,
but
fire.
I want to say conscious hip hop, gospel. It's something about some good gospel to where
Gotcha.
that gets me going. They have very good messages in the songs. And then I want to say, Willow Smith. I don't know what her genre is.
Yo, she's fire.
It's in the
Yeah.
pop realm.
She's definitely alternative, whatever it is.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
she's fire.
So like
Yeah.
Willow Smith. I want to say Caesar before she got hip hop ish.
Gotcha.
She used to do music like Willow.
Uh-huh.
So it's like that type of. It's like you said, alternative. It just does something to my.
I feel you.
brain.
I've always been the same way. I'm like, I like the mainstream stuff, but I'm like, the alternative stuff is where the truth is being spoken.
Yes.
Like, for
okay,
real,
you
for real.
get it.
Yeah.
You learn
yeah.
a lot in that area.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love the alternative just because it, pushes the boundaries, one. But yeah, I could definitely see that in your stuff, like especially the conscious hip hop and everything. Like I feel like when you go out there and perform, you got to have a little message behind everything. Granted, we all make our songs just for fun, but I feel like overall, you said like before in the previous segment of the interview that you're out there for the people, you're out there to spread your message, and people can relate to that. So that's cool. That's glad. I'm glad to hear. Okay, now Kendrick or Cole, because you said both of them in there. So
Stuff.
Kendrick, of
Kendrick.
course.
All right,
Cole
K-Dot,
kind of
K-Dot.
lost like 2 points when he got into that Drake beef. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
Cole,
feel
we
that.
don't do that. We don't do that, Cole. Like,
Yeah.
you don't owe loyalty to people, but it's like, right is right, wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know the details, just stay out of it. I love both y'all.
I know. And I was surprised that he even entered that in the first place. 'Cause, I mean, that's not like Cole. That's not on brand for him to
Like,
me.
bro, you worked on your piece so much just to let something like this make
I'm like,
you.
man, like we already know, like, like how good you are. You don't need to prove yourself anymore. Like, not to mention, he's also a producer. So, just saying. But anyway,
Multi-faceted.
all right. Let me talk a little bit more about your writing process. Like, do songs just come to you, or do you take your time on them, or does it just like divine intervention? Like you know what you're gonna write, or how do you do things?
Oh, it's so many processes. It's so crazy that you brought this up because I'm actually working on another journal.
Let's go.
Oh, nice.
I use for my process. I've started this new process. I create a bubble map with everything that's going like that I want to talk about, like in that moment. Whether it's somebody made me mad, whether it's just life, whether it's God, whatever, and I'll put it all on there, and then I'll just make like little section off bubbles around there, and I'll be like, okay, now expand.
Okay.
Which one you want to talk about right now?
That's pretty cool, honestly. So you kind of like create the general tone of the song at the beginning, and then you kind of like, all right, now I can add the details in.
Yes, because I realized when I used to do when I just used to just sit there and just like, because I used to do it where I just create the chorus and then I go from there. It's like, bro, you can only say so much about the chorus. Like people want to hear something different. So it's like, I have so much going on, and I realized once I'm locked in, it's kind of like I was really good at essays in school. The bubble map helped me be able to lock in and come with those. So I was like, why in the heck I'm not doing this same thing And so the bubble map with me doing that, I was able to like lock in on what I want to talk about to where it flows consistently to where it's like, damn, what should I think of that? No, girl, you are talking about this.
That's good. It keeps you on like
Yes.
on point and everything.
I get
'Cause
distracted easily.
same. I mean, you're a writer. It sounds like a lot. So like you write about a lot of things and you know a lot of different topics and stuff. So it's very easy to kind of go off topic in the same song or you know whatever. But it's like
Interviews,
okay,
anything.
this like you go back, you look at your bubble map. You're like, all right, bet you know we go talk about this, this, and this, nothing more.
That's it.
And then I can get the details out. That's pretty cool, honestly. I don't think I've ever heard that before. So
I know.
everyone's got their thing
Their
that
own.
works for them. So like you know, there's no right or wrong. You know, it's
Right.
just like that's what works for you. It's all good. I'm a big proponent of that. Like whatever works for you, lean into that.
That's what I tell people.
Lean into that.
Yep.
So, anyway, let me start. I got more questions. I it's like you know that the feeling where you got so many questions that you just don't know what to ask or you don't know what to say.
don't
That's
know
what's
where to
going on in
start.
my head right now. I need a bubble map.
I got one.
Yeah, yeah. A bubble map would have helped you out. I was like, I want to talk to her about this, but I'm gonna stay on this
Yeah,
right
I
here.
need a bubble map.
I got one then for on your music and stuff. What would you say? What's something do you feel people might misunderstand about you and your music?
That I am all light with no darkness. That I don't have dark days. I am well balanced. I will wish you well, and if I need to whoop your ass, I will. So I am all about wishing well, leading with love. But that dark side, that shadow side, I call it shadow side. That shadow side, it's well instilled in me. It's balanced. I've accepted her, and that's my protection.
That's the yin and yang.
Yeah,
you know?
that's my
And it's-
protection.
it-
The light Q is not gonna. So that's when the shadow side got to come in. Like, hold up, baby. Don't play with her.
and it's understandable, you know, in your music and stuff, you want to present, yeah, you know, you're talking about empowerment and stuff, so that's who you want to be. But that goes deeper into the mind of an artist. That it's, you know, back to the multifacetedness that you were talking about, and that that's more of who you are. You're not just the artist, you know. You're like we were talking before the interview about you doing you doing coaching as well.
yeah.
You're doing coaching and how. You're like, how can I incorporate that as Beautiful Quu as well? Because that still is Beautiful Quu. So the I think where people get misunderstandings from artists, whether it be you or Parlay, myself, or Sin or anything, is because they only see that one side, that one facet of yourself. Like with you didn't come here, you know, now you see like, oh, we're making magnets, we're making stickers, we do yada yada, we have this going on and stuff, and it's awesome to peel back those layers,
Right.
to see that, and it reflects in your music and yourself and your creative process. And so it's nice to be able to tell people to clear that up with them, you know, to be like, listen, these hands are ready to eat for
That's
everyone, you know,
it.
like
That's that. But you know, I did retire then because I did tell God. I said, since you know we on the same side, I will not put my hands on your children, even though some of them need it. But I will not put my hands on your children because I know you will handle them better than me. Sometimes you got to do that, but you know that's
Time always figures it out.
You
know?
feel me?
Yeah.
And
Like-
some people call that karma or divine intervention,
go.
or you get what you put in.
I love
or-
karma. Ooh, I love it.
I know,
Right?
I believe in karma for sure. People always got what they got coming to them. You don't need to tell them
What?
that.
God handled them way better than we would have ever thought.
Well, you know what they say. You know, God, you pray to God for patience, and it gives you somebody that needs that you need to.
So you never
That
pray
you
for
gotta
patience.
He don't give you what you give you.
No,
He
yeah.
what you want. He give you what you need.
Yeah, yeah. That's a whole different way of learning right there.
So then you're showing. So do you feel like the darker side now that's a more vulnerable side of you, or is the lighter side the more vulnerable? Versus which one would you consider? They're both your strengths, yes, but which one would you consider it being a more vulnerable side of yourself?
The light side.
And okay, and how do you find the balance of that in your music? Because Big Steppa, yes, it is about the empowerment and stuff, but it also showcases your other side, I'd say, of getting out of that and not listening to all that slump. And I am the big stepper now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I to say is a good song that shows the balance. So how did you create that balance, would you say?
Uh, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to be all love and light. I tried to hide that shadow side, but you can't. You gotta accept and love. If I'm gonna love myself, I gotta love me for everything, all of me, the good, the bad, all that. I gotta love all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like God don't make no mistakes. And so when I came out, I was like, there's people out there that if you look at them, you'll think like they're rough, but they have the kindest hearts, the most purest people. But it's like at the same time, don't play with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to be real. I just want to be authentic. Like I didn't want it. And then I look at it as I didn't want to go like out to like say if I go to MC Shanty's event, right, and I'm all love and light, and something happened, and then the shadow side got to come out. You know how many people gonna be like, "Whoa,
Where did that come from?
yeah, she's a phony," and it's like, no. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna show them what you see is what you get. So that's what helped me balance it, because it's like you gotta give the people you. There's people out there that's just like you.
I feel like that's so important as an artist because, like, at the end of the day, you like, for me at least, I make music for myself. And if people happen to resonate with it, then that just makes it's great. It's a great feeling. But that and like, you don't have to act. You just be you. Like people all the time, they make music, they do stuff that they don't necessarily isn't themselves, and then now they have to be this fake person in the public eye because it's like, what happened to that? I thought that's who you were. Like, no, this is who I really am. And I'm like, why are you acting? Like why are you doing this in the first place? You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for somebody else. I'm like, you just gotta do it for yourself.
Do it for yourself.
Do you think part of that might be the pressure that people feel when they put out something and it gets reciprocated well, and then because then people, they want to oh, this works. So do you feel pressure to represent more than just yourself when you get up on stage, or is there no pressure at all, or you let loose of your inhibitions and you just be?
Are you asking, do I feel pressure to conform?
To conform to a certain status of this is how people believe Beautiful Quu to be.
Should be.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that at all?
No, because that's who I used to be.
Awesome.
Like trying to live up to other people's expectations and what they think of me. And it's like, if you have one perception of me, you're going to break your own heart. Because I'm like forever evolving. So many different things. Like, don't put me in a box.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I don't feel pressure. And like Parlay was saying, like, with me being me, like, trust me, when I came out talking about 2023, talking about frequencies and all this stuff, like, you get what I'm saying? It wasn't even like chakras, frequencies, what? And then Fort Myers. Like,
Yeah, right.
So it's like, a lot of people wanted to say, like, what are you talking about? And I did not feel the pressure to like conform to any other genre, any other thing that they was talking about, because like, this is what I feel good talking about. Like, I can talk about this all day. And it's like, so it's like, that's what made me like, you know what, I'm just going to stick to what I know, because eventually they're going to come. My people are going to find me.
You.
Like, I don't want to get stuck in talking about something I don't care about. I don't love it. I have no inspiration to even.
You get trapped.
Yeah.
You get trapped.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't even want to fall into that. Like, if it works, if it don't, at least I love doing it. Because like you said, I make music for myself too. I'm not going to lie. I don't listen to my music all the time. But when I have those days where I need to remind myself who I am, I go listen to my music, and it's like, wow.
Like, damn, I made that?
I made that.
Right. I made that?
Yeah, like, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I catch myself crying, like, bro, you really did that.
And that represents a very, very powerful and emotionally grounded person to be able to recognize that, and to, when you write a song, I'm sure you've encountered this too. Sometimes you're talking about something that you didn't even realize was going on, or that you listen in the future and you're like, oh my God, I was talking about this and this is happening right now, and that taps into that realm of artistry, that discernment that we're talking about. And is there a song in particular that's happened to you that, like, I know I could see a spark in your head. So what song was that for you where, like, you wrote it, you sung it, it happened, you made it, and you didn't realize what it meant until, like say, for example, me, when I was driving to MC Shanty's the other day, there was a cloudy day, it was rainy, it was, a lot of stuff was going on, and randomly on my shuffle, my song "Son of the Sun" came on, and I was like,
man.
yo, you know what? Yeah, that's the son of the sun. Everyone, y'all need to burn like me. Y'all need to be as bright today, even because it's so dark today. We need to be our own brightness.
Make them put their glasses on.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, I wrote that for myself today. So what song is that for you?
That's crazy you say that, because that Against Me.
Against Me?
Against Me. I didn't perform that at the competition, but Against Me was that song, because it's crazy, because I did not expect so many people to start treating me differently, going against me, and I had already made that song. I was just making it for, like, you know what? This is past.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had people from the past go against me, so I'm just talking about, like, like lived experiences.
Yeah.
But when I released that song, I want to say things just started happening. Like, you got, the community, they have, certain things. So it's like,
People talk.
Yeah. So it's like, and when I went back to listen to the song, like, Q, like, why are you shocked? You made a song called Against Me. Why are you sitting here sulking?
Yeah.
When this ain't new to you. You created a song. So it was like one of those things. It's like, just like you said, you could have been like sad and everything, but then God had to remind you, like, bruh, you're the son of the sun. Like, are you tripping right now?
Yeah, it's like,
What are you doing?
yeah.
So it was like the same thing with Against Me. Like, you went in the studio and paid, okay, to talk about this. Why are you shocked?
It's like, yeah, I already talked about it, like.
You knew your
It's
gut.
funny.
Your gut
It's
knew
funny.
before. Your logic and your emotional side of yourself knew.
Yes, and God tried to get us before we try to sit in those emotions. It's like, can I just sit on my pity party for 2 seconds, God? And he's like, no, we don't got time for that.
Speaking on emotions, do you find that you write better when you're sad or when you're happy? Or is it the same?
The same.
Yeah.
The same, honestly.
That's good, because I know there's a stigma towards, like, people that are sad people make good music and all that and whatever. But that's also nice to hear that you're just as equally on the other side as well. So
yeah,
that's
both.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
both for me. I'm not gonna lie, because with this, when I'm mad, sad, it's crazy. I just dropped a book. I'm waiting for Amazon to release it. It's called Crash Out to Clarity.
You hear that? Crash out.
Crash out to clarity.
To clarity, right? Because I realize when we're angry, we have all the power. Like, have you ever seen an angry person just take somebody and just like ball them up and just do something crazy? Like, bro, can you do that on a regular day?
Yeah,
And it's like,
no.
So it's like, I'm learning how to use that energy, teaching people how to, that same energy, because it becomes like proving energy when you're using that energy. But it's like, you can learn how to transmute it to where it can become motivational energy.
That you just described my whole last year of my life.
Yeah.
Figuring out how to take a bunch of negative energy and turn it into something positive. Because I feel like as we get older, you think more about that kind of stuff, because like it's so easy to dwell and to sulk and to be upset about certain situations, but it's like, all right, this energy's here. Now you could choose whether or not to use this energy in a good way or in a bad way, because you could choose your reaction.
There you go. Free will.
Yeah, exactly. You got more than you think.
And I mean, it's because energy, like we know, is never, you can't create it and you can't destroy it. So you just got to take it for what it is. So whether it be that negative energy, you got to learn how to let that negative energy still flow down your river and let it still get to the ocean at the other side. Because if you keep that up, then your river's going to get built up with all this garbage, all this trash and all this stuff, and the flow's going to get messed up. So that and I've seen it in you and myself too, with our past year and our trials and tribulations and stuff, and using that negative energy to be constructive, because we need that negative energy still.
Yeah.
Like we need the positive energy,
Like a
balance.
the yin, the yang, the Tao, whatever you are about. Like we're getting real philosophical now.
Yeah, no, you
but,
got to. Somebody needs to hear this.
but and with that comes risks and comes putting yourself out there, which you have done and which we all have done. And would you say that it's not a risk, but it was a risk you took to get into the MC Shanty's competition? Because for you, you're like, this ain't really, So kudos to you for that. But what's another risk or endeavor in music that you want to conquer?
I want to learn how to sing. I feel like I know how to. I just gotta find my voice. Like I wanna be harmonic. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Harmonious,
I
harmonic.
want to be harmonious. Because everybody know the big energy. Everybody know that cue, but nobody's ever seen the vulnerable. Like I want them to feel my emotions in my voice when I see. Y'all ever heard somebody sing and it just makes you want to cry?
I always tell people, I'm like, there's a difference between hearing a song and feeling a song.
Very much.
Yeah.
And like, so you just want to be felt.
I want to be felt.
Yeah. And you feel like singing could bring you to that next level.
I know it can, because
Love
when
it.
I performed the other day, I performed a song, an old cover. I used to write covers before I started making my real music, and it was on Tombstone, Raw Waves, and I
Nice.
was harmonious on that song, and everybody felt it. I felt it.
Right.
And it's like, dang, if I was that powerful before I even got the confidence that I have now, imagine what I can do now.
Exactly, and then you'll be a multifaceted artist,
You feel me?
because you can rap, you can sing, you can write, all that. So I always feel like it is good to
Dance,
see
move around.
someone expand in their, broaden their horizons, which is, it's really nice, because, I've always said that, by being able to create different types of vibes, you can always remain relevant.
Indisposable.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. That even better word.
It's like a job, bruh.
Yeah, it is.
Literally.
It is. I mean, if you're not growing, you're not learning, then you're dying. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm always trying to get 1% better every day.
That's it.
So, and it's not much.
Thank you guys so much for tapping in with MC Shanties and Joint Empire Troupe for the Know Your Artist podcast with Beautiful Quu. Last thing we like to do, Q, is we're going to go ahead and leave you for a minute. You're going to go ahead and sit here and talk to young artists who are looking to come up, anybody who's looking for a message from somebody who's been there, and lastly to yourself. And that is going to be how we're going to close out this interview. So you ready?
Let's get it. What it do, what it does, your girl Beautiful Quu. I hope y'all are doing amazing, because your girl is doing amazing herself. I wanted to just live a message to the youth or anybody that's up and coming that want to do music, anything. If you want to be an artist or whatever you want to do, anything. Firefighter, I don't care what it is. Just know that you are able to do it. Just put your mind to it. Lock in. Distractions come a dime a dozen. Distractions come in the form of people, things, and places. If you cut them off and be very intentional with your time and how you're doing things, trust me, it has no choice but to work. It has no choice. Do not let anybody come and try to steer you off your path. Don't let anybody come and try to knock you off your pivot, because trust me, if you was not doing anything good, they would not bother you. Flies do not go and sit on anything but shit. You the shit. So that's why you got flies. So just make sure you keep going. You can do whatever you want to do. Look at me. I'm 35. I'm a mother, and I'm out here doing my thing. Just got to be intentional. That's it. And you got it.
If you enjoyed this episode of the MC Shanties Know the Artist podcast, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the upcoming interviews, performances, and competition highlights. We're continuing to spotlight artists helping to shape the Southwest Florida community, and there's a lot more coming. You can also follow MC Shanties on Instagram and TikTok at MC Shanties to stay up to date on events, competitions, and future artist spotlights. And if your artist is looking to step into the scene, keep an eye out on MC Shanties, because the stage is always open for the next voice. We'll see you in the next episode.
I wish you well. Found my purpose when I started loving on myself. Shout out to Abdul, he understand health is wealth. Walking in my purpose, got my head held high. Loving this to Q, cause your girl